Hello everyone and welcome to the DPB podcast. I am your host Ryan Mondis with DisneyPinsBlog.com, the latest news on Disney pin trading and collecting from around the world. This is episode number 193 for the week of August 3rd, 2020.
Welcome to the Disney Pins Blog Podcast.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. I know it has been a long time since I had a podcast episode go up. I think it's been a month. The last episode was in June. I do apologize. It did get a little crazy there with the parks opening up and lots of new releases around the world and just trying to keep Disney Pins blog in order and working on YouTube videos as well. The podcast did get pushed to the wayside a little bit, but I wanted to bring it back this week. Shorter episode. There's just been so much pin news with the parks reopening. Going to cover a little bit of the new online releases in this week's episode from BoxLunch, Loungefly, Amazon, even Disneyland Paris. So that is what we'll discuss today. And then for Pin Chat, just want to quickly mention a little update on the big pin trading event. I'm sure you guys have all heard it went virtual. So just want to give my insight on that. So let's jump right in, episode 193. First we'll start off with housekeeping. First thing is our July 2020 giveaway has ended, and the winner of the Splash Mountain pin giveaway is Mike T from Florida. At the time of this recording of the podcast, he hasn't messaged me yet, so Mike T, if you're listening or watching this episode, please get back to me with your shipping information and we'll send out the pin and the DPB koozies to you. Thanks to everyone who entered. We'll have the August giveaway coming very soon. And then the second item for housekeeping is a little update on Disney Pins blog. I know a lot of you guys have been experiencing server errors on the website. It'll come up with a broken gear and say 500 internal server error. We are aware. We've been working on it now for a few weeks. I actually hired another developer to look at it. And he is finishing up right now. This whole past week he's been looking at it. But I know, especially when I released the Disney Villains Artland pins, it kind of crashed the website. And then a couple weeks prior to that, whenever the update on the pin trading event released, the site was down for a few hours. So it seems like spikes in high traffic was bringing the website down. But we determined the problem and we're fixing a few of the bugs on the site and trying to upgrade it a bit. So hopefully that doesn't happen in the future. Thank you for your patience, and I appreciate everyone who has been shopping at DPB Store and supporting all of the Artland and Loungefly pin releases. Alright, now let's head into the pin news. First, we're going to start off with BoxLunch. They did have a few new pin releases recently. The first one is the Parents and Children collection. This is a blind box mystery pin set from Loungefly. It was pretty popular whenever we posted it. It seems like it got a lot of great feedback. It basically features popular Disney characters. It's like two pins in one, a parent and the children. Characters from Beauty and the Beast, Lady and the Tramp, Lion King, the Aristocats, Goofy, Dumbo, Little Mermaid, and 101 Dalmatians. That is an 8-pin collection with a retail price of $9.90 per pin, and that released on July 27th, 2020. Next up at BoxLunch is a brand new Baby Yoda pin, the child from The Mandalorian. This one has a repurposed artwork we've seen everywhere. It says protect, attack, snack. All of this artwork is already at Disney parks, but now it is in a pin form. Retail price for that is $8.90. Next up, there was a brand new Traveling Stitch fig pin that released at BoxLunch. We've seen this style a few times now. I think this might be the 4th edition of this pin. Same pose, just has a different outfit on Stitch. But Stitch in this pin is wearing a heart t-shirt. It's just a red t-shirt with a bunch of hearts on it. And that just released at BoxLunch. Retail price for this pin is $14.90. Next at BoxLunch is a brand new Marie pin from the Aristocats. And this one is called Sassy Marie. Different post here. She is looking pretty sassy with that pink bow in her hair. Retail price for this one, standard, $8.90. And then finally, there's a brand new Toy Story pin. This one featuring Rex. And he has movable arms on this pin, which is pretty cool. Retail price for that one, $8.90. Alright, now let's move on to Loungefly. They did release their August 2020 pin flyer, so now we know all of the limited edition pins coming out this month. And it's starting off this Tuesday, August 4th, featuring Pocahontas. That one's limited edition of 1,200. So they did increase the edition size on some of these pins. They were always LE 500, but this one here has increased to 1200. August 11th, we have a Hercules pin. That one's limited edition of 1000. August 18th, there's a Hello Kitty and a Spider-Man pin release. That one's LE 500. And then August 25th, the Goofy Movie pin that was postponed from July is releasing finally at the end of August, August 25th. Loungefly did give an update on that pin. I think it was postponed due to some production issue, I believe, or I think it was like stuck in customs, they said. That one's limited edition of 1000. There's also a brand new Inside Out pin set that released from Loungefly. We did have this one in our store. At the time of this recording, it is still available at dppstore.com. It's a 4-pin set, retail price $25. It features Bing Bong, the Unicorn, Sadness, and Joy. They also just released a brand new Star Wars The Mandalorian The Child lanyard card holder, which we have this one at DPB store as well. It's super nice quality. I was actually thinking about keeping this lanyard for myself. It's really nice. You can wear it around the parks. It has a little frog charm at the bottom of it. Has enough room to store a few credit cards or gift cards or your annual pass. You could display some Baby Yoda pins on this lanyard. It's really nice. And then finally, there were also a lot of new mystery pin collections that released. We got Marvel backpacks, Star Wars backpacks, another Star Wars blind box. Even last month, there was Disney Villains, Mickey and Friends, Alice in Wonderland, just tons of new blind box pins from Loungefly. I did separate videos on those. They're all up on the Disney Pins Blog YouTube channel. You can find the blog post at Disney Pins Blog. And they also released at DPP Store. Alright, next we'll move on to actually Amazon. They have actually been releasing new pin sets at Amazon, exclusive to Amazon, which is pretty cool to see. The latest one features Spider-Man, and it is called Double Identity. It is a 2-pin set, soft enamel, and the retail price is $12.99. That is limited edition of 5,000. Exclusive to Amazon. Next, we're going to head over to Disneyland Paris. It's been a while since we've mentioned them. I think 4 months, basically since before the closure. But they did release their August pin flyer. So now we can see all of the new pin releases coming out in August. So that was exciting. This month features Pinocchio. We got Bullseye from Toy Story. 2 new Lilo and Stitch pins. A couple superhero pins featuring Spider-Man and Iron Man, Fox and the Hound, The Rescuers, Onward, and Mickey Mouse. Nice little collection there of new pin releases at Disneyland Paris. Nice to welcome them back. And then finally heading over to Hong Kong Disneyland. We saw someone post this on Instagram. It's the Pingo 2020 pin releases featuring Donald Duck and his family. There are 6 different pins, limited edition of 600. I'm not sure if these are actually already released or if they are coming, but based on previous years, there was a little game in the park. It was called Pingo. You would play the game and then you were able to purchase the pins. So 6 pins here, limited edition of 600. Very nice design. So that's it for the pin news this week. If you want to see everything, just head over to the blog section of Disney Pins Blog. There has been a ton of new releases this past month since we had a podcast episode go up. But now let's head into Disney Pin Chat real quick. And I figured today I would just quickly mention the 20th anniversary pin event that was supposed to be held this month at Epcot. That of course has been canceled, and they made it a virtual event. I'm not sure the details on the event yet, but I do know it is definitely not going to be happening in August. I still think it's going to be a few months. Disney is working out details on the event, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be an RSP online, and I expect it to probably be sometime in the fall. I think a couple more months at least for Disney to get everything in order. I'm hoping they add some extra value to the event. Maybe we get some pin previews for the remainder of the year, like Halloween and Christmas pins, or maybe even something for 2020. We are going to miss out on like the silent auction, the complete pin preview, the artist signings, just of course the in-person pin trading. All those elements of the pin event aren't going to be happening, but at least we will still get the pin releases via RSP. We will see what other types of elements Disney adds to this event. I'm not sure if it's still going to be ticketed, and maybe you get something else for buying a ticket and then having the opportunity to purchase the pins via RSP. We will see, but once we get more information, I'll be sure to let you guys know. This was officially announced on July 9th, 2020. Disney said the 2020 pin trading event, which was originally scheduled to be held in person at World Showplace at Epcot on August 22nd through 23rd, 2020 will instead be conducted as a virtual online event on a date and time to be announced in the near future. Guests will still have the chance to discover and purchase from the unique collection of pins created for this event and virtually connect with fellow pin fans to remember and reminisce on 20 years of pin trading. So that's all the information we have for now. We'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop whenever we hear more. But one more thing I wanted to mention, our friends over at Mouse Pin Trading and Disney Pin Collectors Society, they always had monthly events at the Holiday Inn down at Disney Springs. They are coming back actually August 22nd, I believe the date is, at the Holiday Inn. So it's kind of like in place of the annual pin event. So if you're a local here in Orlando, or you're traveling to Walt Disney World during that time, I'll put the event details up on the events page at Disney Pins blog. This will be the first in-person pin event since the whole global pandemic happened. August 22nd, I think it's Holiday Inn down at Disney Springs. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for episode number 193 of the DPB podcast. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and have a great week. See ya.